Welcome to another week and another weekend, and that is time for a weekly analysis. Let me take you to my thought process and the ideas I can spot for the upcoming week. Also, I will show you a little bit how to get a clear view on how to integrate the fundamentals in your trading, because even as a technical trader, you want to know what's going on a fundamental level, that you don't get caught in a price swing or something like that. So let's start off right away. This is the dollar index. I've been putting the dollar index in some weekly analysis. I also did something about the currency futures, which the dollar index was the first one I covered. That price is within this channel for quite some time now. Got rejected recently at the 99.5, and we are just around the corner, of course, of the 100 level. So this is definitely something where price could react again. This trend line is supportive as of now. Even earlier it's supportive. We can also draw a trend line from here to there if we want to. If it gives you any more direction from now on. This is also a trend line for now, so doesn't really matter. Maybe you can see it as a fake out over here. Doesn't matter. For now, price is back up. So what do? The way I trade, if I see charts like this, I am looking to go short when it comes to the top of this channel, and I'm looking to go long if it comes to the bottom of this channel. And this to me was in the middle of the channel, so I did not take any trades on the dollar index on its own. And also I would like to see some movement really from the top to the bottom or something like that before I can take you know, before some currency dollar related pairs get interesting to really start trending. That's what I'm looking for. So let's zoom in a little bit. For example, to the 1 hour, we have seen this move back up here. This pin bar seems to be holding, so this level here is some kind of support now, which was resistance in the past. So we got ourselves. That's the way the week closed. Nothing special. Nothing. I expect this one to not to turn around right away at the beginning of next week, but for sure it will. Go to the 100 to see if we can break something over there. So how does that relate to some dollar related pairs? Let me switch to the Swiss franc dollar, which I pointed out earlier this week. Here's what we are looking at. Price broke this trend line, and we saw a pretty aggressive move back into this area here. Well, looking at this, I thought we could have gotten in early. So this sell-off, and I think the theory was that this was a support becoming resistance, but now it looks like this trend line really gets retested even more. So to me, I'm still not really bullish on this one. It's not my. It's been trending too long. We are stuck at this resistance level here. So I think this still counts for me. I still think this is a valid setup, even though we get a new entry. So with the dollar, so this doesn't count anymore. I think this could be a resistance at the moment. Let's make that a red resistance. So yeah, that's the setup for now. If we pass this, then of course we are really making higher highs and higher lows. So that's not what I'm looking for at the moment. But eventually, I still believe this is going down. So I'm here to take a short on this one. Another dollar related pair. This is the New Zealand dollar against the US dollar. Yes, this is kind of a bigger picture here, that it looks like we are seeing some kind of a bottom. Of course, we're not there yet. We really need some more to be breaking these levels. This is kind of a that's the thing I said with the dollar index. The dollar index is also in a range where nothing really is happening, really is trending. So if the dollar index shows or supports our idea, I would like to see a breakout from this area and really start, well, at least trending into this area. But I would be interested in staying in a trade like this that is going up anymore. Trading indicators, I don't usually do a lot with indicators because price action is my main thing. But we are seeing some divergence here, which means that the RSI showed that price was getting weaker indeed. Then we had this pullback, and then we came in to make a new low. But on the RSI, we see that this is not a lower low anymore. So price is indeed turning back up a little bit. And this is the daily chart. So this is quite a interesting sign. What else do we got? Let's stay in the dollar related pairs for now. Yes, this one is very interesting. Still on the table. It moved back into this area here, like I pointed out earlier, and now still is moving around this resistance. So let's see what kind of information we can get from here on out. If this will consolidate a little bit more and eventually fall down, we have some trend line in support of this move, but I am still just like the US dollar, Swiss franc. I'm looking for some shorts on the dollar at a lot of pairs. What else do we got? I had an interesting one on the Australian dollar, New Zealand dollar, I believe, if I can find it. Let me take a look. Yes, here it is. Well, price has been moving in this channel. We had a breakout. You had a very long corrective structure, even with this spike to form this double bottom. Overall, I am bullish on this move. But price stalled over here and came back and pulled into this area. For now, we are seeing price seems to meet resistance and now support. Even if we pull it even further, we can see that this is in fact a level that has some meaning. When we zoom in a little bit, I thought there was also a yeah, we're just in the middle of this whole move. Of course, price stalled over here because when we are looking at this level, this is quite a huge support level, and that is acting as a resistance at the moment. So price does not turn around just like that. So if you keep that in mind and we see this structure, it kind of looks like we are having this pullback, and this pullback with this double bottom is kind of completed. And if we put in a trend line or anything of that kind, we might see the first breakout here. So as long as this level here holds, we could be in a first swing trade over here. But don't forget, I am in here for the winners, for the long term, for the bigger moves. And if we look at the weekly chart, there is definitely room left to be going up here further. So let's see how this turns out. Very interesting trade. Now, what else do we got for this week? The markets are moving again. Vacation time is over, so there are quite a lot of trades. I think an interesting one to share is the Swiss franc. Yeah, well, we had this corrective structure, we broke through, and we are now, I'm looking at some moves back into the highs. This is the ultimate low. We came down for another correction. We're trading above this trend line that is acting as a form of support right now. And I am looking to yeah, to enter this trade at the beginning of a big reversal. I was in it earlier on, but things turned around, so I got out, I think break even, or maybe with a small loss, I don't know. And now I am looking for a re-entry. To really pinpoint this re-entry, I would like to see a break of this level for now to get confirmation on a move back up. But if we go to the daily chart, we get a more picture of what could be coming. There are quite some levels that could turn out to be resistance. For example, over here we will meet some resistance. Over here we move into a cluster again where support and resistance areas kind of could hold the price move, but overall I definitely am interested to take along. And at the end of the day, it doesn't matter if you are wrong. That is a part of trading. The valid here, the idea is there. If you decide to get into this trade, or maybe you're more conservative and you wait for a break and a pullback and then you want to go, if really the last resistance is taken out, also possible. But at the end of the day, if you are wrong, make sure you manage your 2% risk. I did a lot of videos about risk management lately, so check them out. Losing is a part of trading, so keep that in mind, and make sure you understand that, because being wrong is not the problem, but being wrong and don't act, that's the problem. We see kind of divergence here as well. So this low got followed by this lower low, and now we have some kind of a double bottom, and we see here a low, a higher low, and an even higher low. So kind of divergence is already telling us, could be telling us, that price indeed is losing momentum to the downside and turning around a little bit. Never traded on its own, but often related to the euro, Swiss franc is the Swiss franc to the Great British Pound. Very interesting trade, if you ask me. There's still more room to the upside. We had this level here, which got broken on the 4-hour chart. Let me show you on the 4. So this level here got broken, got price traded in this new range for a while, and this resistance level acted as a kind of support. This was a fake breakout, and then price finally started moving. This gave us information to draw this trend line. Then price broke out again, retested, and started trading further. And now we are seeing that this level was resistance and support, and acted as support twice, but now finally it did get broken. Kind of same pattern as we are seeing here. So just a little move further into this trend line, and now from here on out I am looking to take on a trade for next week probably. So I'm not gonna put in an order or anything like that right away, but I want to see, definitely want to see price move in a little further, trade around here a little bit in the around this zone, around this trend line, to finally be taking it off. So another interesting one. It's a good week coming up. This one is of course another interesting one. Price. This is another one I was already in. After this move down, I thought the trend. This is the daily chart. Keep that in mind. So this on the 4-hour chart looks very interesting. Once it got broken, I got in, but it didn't go too far. Too much of resistance here, and it first came back. Here again, you probably noticed it, that we are seeing some divergence on a daily chart, which is interesting. This low is not as big as this move anymore, and price seems to be turning around. It's quite choppy at the moment. It's kind of hard to really confirm that we have an entry here with those spikes and those moves back up, deep pullbacks, and then we are still, you know, I'm not convinced yet to that this will actually be a runner, but yeah, definitely high on my watch list, because from here on out we first will move back into this this trend line and probably go in for another correction down and then finally break. We never know, maybe it breaks right away. Let's just see how price action behaves and what it will tell us. What else do we have on the charts here? Maybe this one. Yes, another one has been in a quite an interesting move. Broke resistances, turning support again, and then in a new channel price kept moving a little bit, and now we are still in that new channel that has been formed with this as resistance and this as support backed by this trend line, and we are now just coming into this trend line again. So here is the same kind of the same thing we saw earlier on. Let's move in a little bit more. I think there's room left, and then from here on out we could see another move, maybe back into the highs, maybe even further, or maybe this will be the first lower high, and then finally we will see a reversal. Let's see how this looks on the 4-hour chart, because that's more where I take my decisions, my trading decisions. Yeah, this putting on this will give us a little bit more of a signal once price does move lower below this line, touch this bigger time frame trend line, and then finally could break out of it and then start moving. So this is high on my list as well. Well, let me see if there's any more in the FX world at the moment. Yes, I thought this one was a interesting trade. I did a video on it. That's all the information you see on it right now. I pointed out where the resistances at the moment were, and this level is a level where price could likely move into in combination with a trend line, etc. So that's what this mark is for, and we could see another move, new move down. Looking at the past, we are moving into a troublesome area. Not that long after we go short again, and yeah, so I'm looking at a short. That is the whole idea from this one out. Yeah, I think that's it for now. Like I said, I want to show you guys how to make sure you know that the fundamentals for next week are when news is coming out or when things are coming out that actually matter. So, for example, if you're looking for a short on this one and the UK or some European big news comes out, and when you have your perfect trade set up here with a perfect stop loss with great risk reward, a news comes, a spike occurs, and then price starts selling off, you know, you gotta avoid those things. So let me show you where I look. Last time I showed you how I look at that from an investing.com point, and now I show you a different way. This is forexfactory.com. Forex Factory has a forum and news, and just quite an informative website. But they also have a calendar, so let's go there. And from this calendar, it's kind of the same thing. You can also apply a filter where you can say, I just want to see the red news, or I want to see everything. This was from last week, and you can also switch over to next week, I guess. Yes, that's it. So this will be the news in the upcoming week. So if you spot something on here, for example here, this is some red flag news from the Bank of Australia. Here again, Australia comes in. So if knowing this, you should be prepared for that. Also, non-farm payrolls come in next week, and at the end of the week on Friday, that should be the week of the Fed, but non-farm payroll. So dollar related, often on the lower time frames, you get some volatility. So yeah, you can use this to make sure you know what days. For example, you know now that Friday will be a day where the dollar gets some volatility. If you want to trade that on the lower time frame, be my guest. I do not trade that. I just trade the bigger time frame. So to me, this is just noise. So this is the news you should be paying interest to. This will move the markets at the point when the news comes out, and make sure you're prepared for that, or maybe you have a strategy that is actually on the news and these price swings to get in, get out. It's also possible. It's not something you learn on my channel probably, but it's all possible. And last but not least, if you like my style, you like my information, you want to learn more about my way of trading, I've wrote a book where everything is in. It's in the steps below. It's very easy. Just sign up with one of my preferred brokers in the link below. Make sure you get set up the right way. Verify your account, everything, make your first deposit so you're ready to trade. Then hit me up, send me a message through email or Instagram, and finally I'm happy to of course to send you the book that right away. Please read it, and I hope it helps a lot. If you still have questions, feel free to ask me everything you want to know. Also, let's stay in contact. I want to really help you in your career, but I gotta make a shift. I cannot help everyone, so if you want to help me, I'm here to help you. So yeah, that's it for this week. Have a great trading week, and tomorrow I'll be back with another video because I want to do a technical analysis, a weekly analysis video on the indices for this week, and maybe I'll do some stocks as well over the coming weeks. But for now, a Sunday indices weekly technical analysis. See you tomorrow.